Hello and welcome. My name is George Slakeg. This January and February, my wife Barbara and I were spending some time in Puerto Vallarta, Mexico. We do this pretty much every winter when we can afford it to escape the Canadian cold. Normally we travel with our bicycles. We pack them. First we have to disassemble them, then pack them in bags, then get here or wherever we're going, put them back together. It's a lot of hassle. This time it also would have cost us double than what we were used to paying because we took a discount airline. Now we decided we're going to try a different approach. We're going to buy bikes locally in Puerto Vallarta. How much could it possibly cost? And, we don't need fancy bikes, just basic ones. Well, the first step was a trip to all the major stores. Costco, Walmart, Soriana. You name them, we were there. We checked the bikes. And guess what? They weren't as cheap as I had been hoping. It would have been insane to buy the bikes there. And plus, they don't do a very good job at putting them together neither. So then, we decided to check the used bicycle market on Facebook Marketplace, and that's where it got really interesting. We took a cab ride to this address here, and this is where a guy was supposed to be with the store, and he's selling a used bicycle for... Yeah, he's selling a used bicycle for what would have been the equivalent of 150 Canadian dollars. Crazy people. But yeah, we're in a beautiful part of town actually, and we don't really know our way back yet, but it's supposed to be just about 4 kilometers from where we came from. And we now don't have a bicycle. We don't know where the guy lives or where his place is. It's probably apparently in another part of town, but we had the correct address from what he gave us. So we're back to square one. No bike. So what did you think of our journey yesterday? Because we didn't get what we came there for, but it didn't.
The cab ride over was amazing. I was a little worried.
So I was a little worried too. So let me tell you what it was about. We told the cab driver where we wanted to go. I had the address written down, and well, it took us through a tunnel because there's mountains here. So the tunnel goes through a mountain and it's in another part of town. And because we had planned to buy a bicycle and then find our way back, we weren't sure at all how we were going to get back. And as it turned out, this bicycle was in a street by the same name, but a totally different part of town, which is actually twice as far from here as this place last night. And now we already found another bike on Marketplace that we might go see later on this afternoon, which might fit Barbara even better. And it's even a little bit cheaper. But we'll see what it's like, and we probably have to head out that way again today. And since there's also buses running here and we haven't tried them at all, we don't know which number goes where and stuff, we might try that. And by the way, last night the walk back, while it was long, about 4.5 kilometers or so, it was quite nice. So we came here just for a bike, but now we're discovering all kinds of other stuff.
walk was good. Just my feet are very sore today. What's
Yeah,
new?
Take it easy today.
Yeah, right. Probably another 4.5 kilometers back tonight, but I'll be fit.
We're going to be quite the gong show with those bikes because until we both have bikes, it's kind of hard to get around. But no, we're learning a lot in the process and having fun at the same time. So we're going on another adventure. We found a bike for Barbara, 24-inch wheels. It's technically almost like a kid's bike, but it might be just the right size for her because usually with the 26-inch wheels, often they are too big. Well, you already know the drill. Once again, we hopped in a cab and we went to this address. Well, this time I made double sure that this was the place.
Right?
Yeah.
It's a little high, but that's because I'm sitting on the seat. That's not bad. Look.
Good.
I'm just worried about the pedal, that's all, and to get rid of that kickstand.
You think that's a good size for you though?
Yeah.
Well, that bike was barely rideable. We had to get back to our place somehow, so we ended up walking 4 kilometers. We got a bike for Barbara. A few things are wrong with it, but overall I think we did okay. Because there isn't any bike you can get that is in perfect shape that is only like the equivalent of 100 Canadian dollars, which is this one. 24-inch wheels, which is perfect for Barbara. Mind you, the rear hub as a minimum needs to be adjusted, maybe repacked. The chain, I'm not gonna really check how stretched it is unless it jumps. Chain wheels and sprocket back there look okay. The kickstand is gonna come off. It's loose, but Barbara doesn't want it anyways. The other thing is a little bit loose in the headset. I already tightened this up a bit here, so that's why I got another water pump pliers because they're kind of universal wrench. Brakes are okay, but he just needs to be turned back around, and also everything needs a little lubrication. Front hub looks good. The seat isn't perfect, but again, it's got even springs on there. So overall, this is a pretty good deal. I think we can make this work for 2 months. Now the only thing we need is another bike that I can ride. This is too small for me, but Barbara is perfect. The lady that sold it to us, she was about Barbara's height, and it was her bike. So, well, I didn't waste much time and started working on the bike. So the wheel turns reasonably well, but it's a little stiff, which tells me that whatever grease is in there, it's pretty hard. So what I'm probably going to do is when I go to the bike shop to buy a tire, I'm going to also get some grease, just a small amount. And then we're going to just take out the ball bearings there, repack this, and it's going to run smooth like a brand new bike. Now, I'm kind of glad this is not totally loose, because when I felt it earlier, it seemed like this hub was the problem, but I think it was just the problem of how it was tightened into the frame. It was and they're crooked. And where this lady lived, there was a lot of the cobblestone pavement. So this bike has probably taken a beating on that, so it needs a little TLC. But it's nothing we couldn't take care of here. So I was a little bit skeptical after we got this bike from where we bought it, because there was a concern with the rear hub being really loose. But it wasn't actually the hub that was loose, it was the way the wheel was inside the frame. There's a rack, and also the fender is attached with the same nut that holds the wheel. So it's a little bit of a pain when you put that back in there, but it's all fine. The wheel is straight. I think you've seen that. The rim tape needs to be replaced. So does the tire. Front tire looks okay. I haven't taken it off the rim. I gotta get 2 rim tapes probably just in case. But I think other than that, I'm just gonna leave it alone. We'll pump it up. Maybe get some valve caps. This is least of our concerns. The chain is not worn out, which is amazing. Guess for me, leave me a comment. What year do you think this bike was first sold or built? What year do you think this bike is? It blew my mind, but I'm not gonna give it away quite yet. This is gonna be Barbara's bike. We got one to go. I mean, I shouldn't talk too soon because definitely still have to get some stuff. But it's all minor stuff, guys. It's all minor stuff. I can fix this in an hour. No. All right, I was over optimistic there. You'll see. So here I am walking around the town with a tire. Gotta go for finding a bike shop, which I found on the map. Now I gotta find it in real life. A little progress report. There's a new tire on here now. So that is the good news. The bad news is I couldn't take the freewheel off because I don't have my big old crescent wrench here that I usually jump on and undo it. I have the freewheel tool, but you know, it's hard to get it off with just a water pump pliers or another small crescent wrench. So, but I adjusted the bearing as good as I could, so it should be just fine to ride it like that. Let's see. Well, like, I got grease, you know. Somebody gave me a bag of grease for free, and now I got this. Really got to be careful not to make a mess with this. But what happened as I was trying to get ready to do a test ride with all of this assembled, chain was oiled, everything, I was pumping up the front tire and poof, the tube blew. I should have just, like, I was at a bike shop, you know, and I thought, oh yeah, the front's fine, there's air in it, nothing's gonna happen. Well, guess what? Now something happened and I have to go for another walk. Go to another bike shop or the same one or whichever, you know, like they're far. And I don't really have a very good orientation around here. But yeah, that's the thing. I gotta go to another bike shop and get a tube 24 by 1.75 or something like that. Then do the front tire. Yeah, and of course they didn't have any rim tape neither, so I got some electric tape to use, and I used the old rim tape with electric tape, and you know, just made up something that'll work for the time being. It'll work for a long time. I do this at home. But yeah, the tire is new. It looks like a new bike now, almost. Well, wish me luck. I don't know what time it is even. Just, you know, I'm spending my day fixing the damn thing, and tomorrow, guess what? Tomorrow we're moving to a different place. And we haven't seen the place. We know roughly where it's located. It's a little bit less expensive than here. According to some pictures, it's supposed to be at least as nice as here. And like, from what we can tell so far, which is never a sure thing, it might also be a lot quieter, especially at night. So let's see. First bike shop I went to didn't have a tube, so I'm now going to the second one. It shouldn't be far from here. It's quite the runaround, I tell you. I wasn't the only one solving problems that day.
It's all gonna be in, okay, auto technology, MABA. Okay, I want to know how to operate it, dang it.
So we got a problem. We were showing this washer and dryer combination when we first moved in here, and since we're going away tomorrow, we figured we're gonna do our laundry. And as it turns out, today is their day off here. There's nobody here that we can ask. And the washer didn't work. I put some water in there with the hose, and then Barbara put it on a spin cycle or something like that, and then, like, I don't know, I don't even know if there's any more water going in there. I think Barbara is figuring it out. Anyways, I gotta put the tube on the bicycle right now. I finally got the tube. It's supposedly, according to the box, it's a good one, but it's not exactly the size that it calls for. But you know, it's rubber. You can blow it up and it'll go in there, it'll be fine. I'm gonna install this. Yep. Maybe it's not the best place to try it up here.
No.
But it's working.
A look of, I don't know. Camera battery is almost dead, and this was a successful test ride. The bike works good. Yay. So guys, for this video, that's gonna be it. I got one bike in working order. We bought it for the equivalent of 100 Canadian dollars, which is only 75 American, if that. It was quite the ordeal to get this bike on Marketplace. The tire was 175, so that's $15 or so, if that. But I bought a little bit of oil. I bought a water pump, pliers to play with the headset because it was quite loose. But everything's good now, so yeah, we didn't pay much for this bike. And I think it's gonna serve her well. Now, I don't know what the next one's gonna look like. Is it gonna be more hassle or less? Or, you know, are we getting good at this, or is it just luck? You tell me, leave me a comment, appreciate it. Give me a thumbs up, and of course, if you're not subscribed, you might want to do that. It's interesting, isn't it?